Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Reddit up 9.5%. Reddit, what a place. I am quite famous on Reddit, not for having a channel, not for doing anything on Reddit, but for getting those that don't like my opinions. Oh, hang on a minute. What's this?
Paul B donated £4.99 through a super chat. 2 years flown past my old friend and the DM in Discord proves I've missed you. Smiley face.
Great to have you back, Paul B. Thank you very much. Lovely to have you here. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. One of our dear members. It's wonderful to have you here. So, as I was saying, Paul B, make sure you get your membership back. You might have your history. We've got a lot of perks and benefits now for our members. Reddit is a place that I exist a lot on. People who don't, people like to pump stocks, dump stocks, create short memes, I mean, all kinds of stuff. Of course, I'm an investor. I only own the S&P. I interview CEOs. It's not a place for me, but I make it there all the time in very negative ways. People don't like me at all on Reddit. There's always memes and crazy things and false information spread about me. It's quite a wild west. I have bots that find all the stuff that's said about me and I read it, and it's the Wild West. Let's just put it like that. Anyway, what's it all about? Why is Reddit up today? Well, honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to find the news. Members are looking, but I do have something for you, so you might find that interesting. Are you ready? Tap the like button. Give us a subscribe if you're interested in the news. Let me share with you exactly what's going on with Reddit. You've got to remember, this stock is the stock where GameStop is pumped, where FFIE is pumped. All rubbish, nonsensical stocks get pumped and dumped and manipulated, and cult followings and God knows what else. We've reported on it a lot recently. So the stock itself is going to be incredibly manipulated. And if I show you the numbers, this is the actual intrinsic value of Reddit. Yes, it's 73% overvalued. Would you pay $73 for it? I certainly wouldn't. I don't think it's a good stock to own, but there you go. What do I know? People pump and dump it. They don't use the stock market as an investment strategy. They use it as a casino, and that's, of course, not for me. As we can see, it's 73% overvalued. If we look down here, it's a very small company, 883 million. It's not a big company at all, and it doesn't have a S-curve growth. That's a very steady growth, up 10%, which is nice, of course. But operating income is down 370%. Net income is down 566%. But hey, every reason to buy it, right? 420 million financing cash flow. We've got 155 million investing cash flow, down 276. That is a positive. Up 43%. This is what's important. Operating cash flow, 43%. Let's have a look, though, at the balance sheet. 2 billion in assets, of which 1.7 is cash. Now, it's great when a company has cash, but when cash is basically 82% of your business, it's not that great. You might go, well, yes, it is. No, it's not. It's just a pile of cash. Remember, a business makes money from cash. It invests in its business to make more money to return to its shareholders. If you buy a business which is primarily earning money from the fact it owns cash, you might as well borrow your own money and make more money percentage-wise than owning a company who just owns cash. Make sense? Because basically their growth is what they earn in interest on the cash primarily. So they've got all this money sitting around, 1.7 billion right now, earning 5-6% in interest. Well, you can earn that money yourself in your own cash. And of course you might go, well, I haven't got 1.7 billion. No, but you're not getting the percentage of 1.7 billion, are you? You're getting your share of it through the share price. So it's more effective to actually just invest your own cash on the stock market. Uninvested cash on Robinhood, you get a 1% match just to put the money in, then another 5.5% on top. So you're getting 6.5%. You're getting as much interest, if not more actually, than what they're getting and you just have to own your own money. Or you could just buy the S&P and make 13% a year. So it doesn't make sense buying a business that's just a big pile of cash. It's what they do with the money is important, and they're just holding it. So, $2 billion in assets, 177 million in liabilities. No long-term debt, no short-term debt. That's great. But basically, it's just a company owning a load of cash. Just like owning a bank. There's not really any point. You don't make any money owning the Bank of America, do you? It's completely pointless. It's been going sideways for like 20 years. It just pays dividends. This stock doesn't pay a dividend, so what's the sense of it? There isn't one. In my opinion, anyway. 87% gross margin, but the operating margin is negative 75%, net margin 69%, FCF margin is minus 6%, ROCE, of course, return on capital employed, negative 39%, return on invested capital, negative 221%. Does this sound good to you? ROA, return of assets, negative 33%, and return on equity is negative 37%. No, it doesn't make any sense. Of course it doesn't. There's nothing about this which makes sense. However, that's not going to stop people pumping it on Reddit. 81% solvency. Wow, it's got a great balance sheet. If you give me $10 and I have no expenses and I have no bills, I'll have 100% solvency score. You can't go bankrupt if you've got no bills, got no debts, and you just got $10 in the bank. That makes you 100% solvent. See, it's great, but it's not Apple. Apple has that sort of number, but it has debt, it has a business, it has running costs. It's doing something. What is Reddit doing, actually? Right, 28% profitability. Doesn't even make any money. The profitability is rubbish, but yet everyone's buying it. Oh dear, it's the new GameStop. Here we go again. Now, Wall Street say 35% downside, Reddit average 12% downside, or if you're lucky, 5% upside. It's too expensive right now. It's not a buy at all. Insiders know it. They've sold $10 million worth of the asset. But what do they know? They only own the company, but those on Reddit will say, it's great, let's pump it up to the moon. Well, yeah, you say that, but the chief legal officer, he's been selling his shares. Again, not very many, I'm only joking. That's not that many shares. That's probably tax implications to do that. Short interest, none at all, nothing being shown at all. So no short squeeze, it's just people buying it, which is very, very nice. I wouldn't be buying it if it's the last stock on earth. But there you go. 90 days, 65% positive sentiment. 30 days it dropped to 57. Now it's dropped to 40. I think you can have a sell-off from here and nothing today. So a big pump at the moment, but I would expect to see this fall off. I think people are overbuying it, getting a little bit excited, but then that's what happens with Reddit. People say all kinds of things on Reddit which has no relevance to reality. Anyway, there is Reddit. Thank you very much indeed for letting me know about that. One of my members just gave me the tip-off on this one up today. Great. What are you going to do? And as I talk about it, look, it starts to sell off into the bell. No surprise. It's massively overbought. Huge profits. Take it. But of course, if you buy it and sell it on the same day, massive amounts of capital gains tax. I wish you all the very best. Click above my head, down below in the description. Over here, I will put my mini analysis playlist. This is not a full analysis. It's a mini analysis I'll put over here. And down here, I'll put my Reddit playlist. So you can see the Reddit playlist and you can see all the things I've said about Reddit or covered earnings or whatever I've said about it. So there you go. Fantastic. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.